thank you very much for taking some time out of your day to speak with us today. This is a very incredibly important topic, the mental health of first responders and police officers, more specifically, and their families, and something that we wanted to bring your expertise to the table today to discuss. So, can you tell us a little bit about the program you're involved in, Beyond the Blue Canada, and what your organization does for police officers, civilians, and their families?
Yes, thank you. So I actually started co-founding Toronto Beyond the Blue, and it's part of a chapter organization for Canada Beyond the Blue. And now I've transitioned into my role at Canada. And we are a national organization where our mandate is to support police families. So we've got 7 chapters across Canada and growing, thankfully growing. So wherever there's a police service and a family that has vested interest, there's an opportunity to open up a chapter. Our main mandate is to provide supports, resources, psychoeducation, um, and social networking to police families. We face a very unique set of circumstances, joys and struggles that sometimes only other police families can relate to and understand. And so we bring those pieces together so that families don't feel so alone. My brother, Darius Garda, was a Toronto police officer, um, and he was involved in a fatal shooting. And because of that, developed PTSD um, and uh, really struggled with his mental health for well over 5 years. And the family saw it at home. We saw it at home. He was hiding it from work. We had nowhere to go. We didn't know who to talk to, how to get supports. Certainly, going to the service, you always get that paranoia that will there be any sort of punishment or repercussion, a negative one. And so, unfortunately, he died by suicide. And being by his side and navigating the mental health system allowed me a lot of insight into the barriers that exist from someone who needs to get help. We take the best of people and we put them in the worst of circumstances. And then we tell them to suck it up, buttercup, and be resilient. Um, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And, now, um, certainly with Toronto, not sure about the other services, but they're taking away certain calls. So now you're going back to back to back on very serious calls. Do you get that coffee to just take a breath? It is such a unique set of circumstances. The type of trauma they endure, the frequency in which they have to deal with it and cope, shift work in itself. And then coming home to a family who needs you and is as demanding. Um, the circumstances of a family dynamic, of a first responder, is incredibly unique. There's no doubt about that. Why don't you ask your members? They feel voiceless. Give them a voice. Ask them. Help me. I will help you draft up the survey, that being said, because I know what to ask. It's not the generic questions. That's definitely one. Get them involved. The second part is reestablish your mandate, reestablish your philosophy and your core values. If you want to do better, formalize that. Formalize that. When in line of duty issues happen, there's a policy, there's a procedure. It's embedded right in there, isn't it? Right? It becomes formalized. With mental health, we love keeping things informal, right? No, formalize it. Put it into your mission, your vision, your core values, your budget. Put it in there. Formalize it. That would be my next big piece. And something that I think immediately needs to happen is to remove wellness from the service. Many of them have them in headquarters. Many of them have wellness in headquarters, right? So someone's coming to get help, they're walking into a place that they want to be confidential, right? So really look at your wellness structure, your wellness pillar. Look at who you're employing. Do they come with lived experience, or is it just a resume? Does their resume shine? Because I'll tell you, a lot of resumes can shine, and until you have that really solid lived experience, you're not going to get the members' help.
Personally, I want to say thank you very much for what you do. It's greatly appreciated, and hopefully we can learn. Police officers across this country, from coast to coast, can learn what Beyond the Blue is and who Dell is, because I think it's incredibly important. And I thank you very much for what you've done.
Thank you. Those are very meaningful words. Thank you, Rick.